Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Adela Han. I am the EIT Digital Ecosystem Administrator for Region North, located in Finland, and I will be moderating the webinar today. Before we move to the agenda, I want to inform you that this webinar will be recorded. The purpose of this event is to provide you more information about the EIT Digital Master School in general, and for that, we have with us today Salvatore Moccia, the head of EIT Digital Master School. We have invited Juha Plossila, EIT Digital Embedded Systems Program Lead and Program Coordinator at Turku University, who will be focusing on EIT Digital Embedded System Program in particular. And we will conclude the presentations part with an alumni presentation where Cheng Yu will be sharing with us his experience as an EIT Digital Master School student. I think I can tell him Jonas if I don't make any mistake. Usually in our correspondence, he was signing as Jonas, so for me it might be a bit easier to pronounce your name. But please correct me if I pronounce by mistake your name wrong.
The name is correct.
All right, good. At the end of the webinar, we will open the floor for questions, and we have Ellen Carlson from Master School office with us today to support in answering your questions. Now I would like to introduce Salvatore Moccia, the head of Master School at EIT Digital. So Salvatore, the floor is yours.
Good morning, Adela, and thank you very much for the organization of this webinar. I'm always happy to have people here participating in those seminars and share with them the big opportunity that the Master School offer for them. So before thanking also Professor Yua and thanking also Cheng Yu and Ellen for their presence here, let me highlight why you should choose attending our Master School. And let me highlight what are, let's say, the key elements of our Master School. So first of all, if you join our Master School, you will study in 2 different countries. You will study the first year in the entry university, the second year the exit university, but in the market you can find products, let's say, similar to this one. But where is the real difference of EIT Digital? I would say that you will not study only tech skills. You will get also some innovation and entrepreneurship skills, and you will be embedded in a system where you will feel the innovation side that we have also. So EIT Digital is not only education. EIT Digital is also innovation. We have a strong network of alumni. Those alumni, they are already working in companies. Some of them, they already started their own startup. So during those years, you will not have only the good opportunity to study in 2 different countries. You will have also the opportunity to, let's say, know how to develop a product, how to design a product that it's what the market is asking for. Because during these 2 years, you will get also a minor in innovation and entrepreneurship. And how we do deliver this innovation is minor in innovation and entrepreneurship. You will have the summer course, for example, 2 weeks in another country where you will participating in business challenges. You will have the kickoff at the beginning of the first year where we gather all the students in the same location. And for 2 days, you will be working already on business challenges. And then, what is then? You are embedded in this system of enterprise and small companies that are part of EIT Digital. So you will have your master thesis in cooperation with one of those, in one of those companies that are partner of EIT Digital, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So a lot of things to share. I'm sure that Cheng Yu will share with you good moments. He will share with you all the good things of participating in a master school at EIT Digital. But also, I would like to welcome Professor Yua. It is a pleasure and it's a privilege to have him here. Embedded system, it's something that we live, embedded in some embedded system. Probably we do not realize that. So embedded system is a part of our life. And I really like that Juha is here today to explain to us the importance of having a master like embedded system at EIT Digital. And I would like also to welcome Ellen. She's the head of the Master School office, and she will help, especially in the question and answer moment. She will help to know more in depth about the process, about the visa, about the tuition waivers, etc., etc. And that's it from my side. Thank you, Adela. Thank you again for this perfect organization. And thank you for all the participants. I will stay here until the end if you have some questions for me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Salvatore, for such a great presentation and also for introducing already our next speakers. And we move on now to find more details about the EIT Digital Embedded Systems program. And we have invited Juha Plossila, EIT Digital Embedded System Program Lead at University of Turku. Juha, please just to take over the slides, and you can share already the presentation. Your presentation has been added to this slide.
How do I do it? So can I share my slides, or I can somehow?
If you notice on top of the Teams window, there should be take control.
Okay.
Sorry, so you
I'm
can move on.
Great. Oh yeah.
You can move on here to the slides. Perfect.
Yeah. Great.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Hello everybody. So yes, my name is Juha Plossila. I'm from University of Turku. I'm a professor in robotics and autonomous systems. But weirdly enough, I'm lead of embedded systems program here, and been that for 10 years from 2012, and it has been a nice ride. So okay, so I can switch.
You can use the arrows on the screen to move forward.
Arrows on the screen. All right.
Perfect. Yes, we can see them.
But now, wait a second. Okay. Sorry, I'm now ruining this thing. So could you please?
Just a second, I will take control.
Because this is switching, randomly. To me,
Okay, then just tell me next slide, and I can move forward to the slides, if it's fine for you like this.
Okay, yes, that's better. Okay, next. Fine. Okay, now we have an expert on this changing slide. Okay, so why embedded systems are important? Well, as Salvatore already kind of hinted, embedded systems are everywhere. So they have a huge amount of application areas listed there on the right-hand side. It is a core technology in many application areas. And also, we can say that embedded systems is a kind of a main consumer, if I can say that way, of microprocessor, because 98% of all manufactured microprocessors are used in embedded systems. That's a huge share. And also it is a kind of very good, well-doing business area. Global embedded systems market size is around $100 billion at the moment, and it has a quite steady growth rate of 6% a year. So it is a great area to start your business. Okay, so the next one, please. And embedded systems, they are typically, not always, but typically they are designed for intelligent control of electromechanical devices, gadgets, or kind of larger systems. And here at the right-hand side, you see kind of very simplified picture. I mean, embedded computing system is there, kind of interacting with the device or environment through sensors and actuators. And when we talk about embedded systems design, then both software and hardware aspects are considered to some extent. That's an important thing. So you have this both things there present when you're designing embedded systems. So it is kind of a hardware software co-design process when we build an embedded system. And then I also mentioned there a couple of key factors. I could have listed more of them, but these I felt were most important. So one is real-time performance. Many times embedded systems, they are real-time systems. So this real-time kind of view, real-time performance is an important aspect there. Energy efficiency is always there because very often, but again, not always, embedded systems are battery operated. We have lots of mobile things or otherwise battery operated systems. So then embedded systems needs to be very aware of power consumption. Dependability is important aspect in, for example, in safety critical systems, and embedded intelligence or edge AI. So that's it's becoming more and more important in embedded systems. So the intelligence will be embedded into smaller and smaller devices. And then last but not least, connectivity. You all know, I think, the term Internet of Things, IoT. So it's not only having kind of single standalone embedded system working somewhere in some gadget, but these devices are connected to each other through internet, and we also have these important concepts of edge and fog computing. So this is kind of related to this connectivity. So you have kind of distributed computing through internet. Kind of these different devices are kind of collaborating together to compute something more complex. Okay, next one. Yeah, and there are lots of job opportunities in embedded systems. I have listed some which I found. So some of these are maybe more kind of starting level jobs, and some of them may be some more senior type of jobs. But there are lots of job titles in embedded systems. So, and of course, I mean, in addition to these that I mentioned here, of course, you can start your own business, be a business owner, and you can be a consultant, and these kind of jobs are also, of course, available there. And so some of these are more software oriented, and some of them are more hardware oriented. These jobs. Okay, next one. Yep, and here you see the mobility map of embedded systems as it is now. So we have 3 entry universities in Stockholm, Turku, and Bologna, and then 5 exit universities in Stockholm and in Budapest and in Trento, Turku, and Tallinn. Yeah, so we have kind of 2 groups there. This northern group and then the southern group. 3 universities in the north and 3 universities in south. Okay, the next one. And yeah, so master school journey. I mean, I think Salvatore already kind of explained this. So we have this kind of mobility there. So first year in one university and the second year in the other university, kind of exit university, and in between those academic years, you have a summer school, which is kind of considered as part of the entry year in practice. Okay, next. And this shows some details. So we have these 3 entry point universities. They provide the common base. So common base covers the basic aspects of first of all embedded software, embedded hardware, and then design and verification kind of methods of embedded systems. This is delivered by kind of different sets of courses at different entry universities. So the course names are not exactly the same, but this content will be delivered anyway in the common base. And then we have these 5 exit universities, and those specializations are shown there. So we have in Tallinn, we have at Tallinn University, we have a distributed control for embedded systems. At the KTH Stockholm, we have embedded platforms. At the University of Turku, we have smart systems. And at BME Budapest, we have critical embedded systems, and at University of Trento, we have real-time embedded systems. And all of these specializations, they include courses on artificial intelligence. As I mentioned earlier, it's an important part in modern embedded systems. So we have we have courses there that you can take on artificial intelligence related to embedded systems. Turku specialization, you can see it from the name of the specialization. It's really focused on this aspect. Okay, the next one. Okay, who can then apply? Well, if you have a bachelor in ICT field, then you are probably okay to apply. So any of those fields of ICT are fine, but also mechatronics and mathematics, even mathematics or physics, they might be a good backgrounds to apply to embedded systems program. Important thing is that there is enough ICT and math in your degree. So we have used this rule. I mean, we have been flexible with that, but we have had from the beginning this rule that there's this ICT plus math studies should be at least 60 ECTS credits. But I would say that maybe the more important thing is that whatever your bachelor degree is, there should be, let's say, if I say roughly, at least 20 credits ICT studies and 20 credits math. Then you are close to what we want to see. All right, was this the last one? Probably. Thank you for your attention. I give the floor to the next speaker.
Thank you, Juha, for your presentation. If you have any question for Juha, don't forget that we have the Q&A session at the end, and we will give you the opportunity to ask your questions. And for the last presentation today, we have invited Jonas, who will be sharing with you the experience as an EIT Digital Master School student. Jonas, please take control for the presentation and you can move forward with your slides.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Jonas, or you can call me Chen Yuye. So I'm going to share my experience as a student in EIT Digital. So who am I? I'm Chen Yuye. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Taiwan. I had a bachelor's in mechanical engineering, but I had some course and projects in embedded systems. So that's why I think I got admitted. And I had the exchange in Germany during the pandemic. And I'm currently a first-year EIT student with the entry university at KTH Royal University in Stockholm and the exit university in TU Eindhoven. So what EIT has to offer? I think the most important value that EIT has to offer is that you, aside from the local program students you got to meet at 2 local universities, you also get to meet a lot of EIT digital people, which is pretty amazing. And aside from that, you get a lot of travel opportunities. You got entry school, you got kickoff, you got summer school, you got exit school, you got or maybe some graduation ceremony or other alumni meetups. And they can all happen in different countries. So you get to explore a lot of Europe during the 2 years of the journey. And if you are not from EU, because this program offers you 2 degrees from 2 universities, so basically you are eligible for 2 job-seeking visas from 2 countries after graduation. And yeah, and last but not least, you get a dual degree from 2 countries, which is very good. So because I'm the first year of EIT digital student, what I have experienced is only the entry score and kickoff. So I'm going to share what happened in the kickoff. So basically, EIT gathered all students across Europe in the EIT digital program to Tallinn in Estonia. And we worked on a little business project and had a competition there. And we also met a lot of friends and people there and had a lot of fun there. Yeah. And that's it. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonas, for your presentation. You are just starting your studies, but you already had more experience that some of the students from the COVID time had, because during that time everything happened online. Now you are starting to be lucky again to have all these physical events and enjoy different travels around Europe. I will now take control of the slides. So as a reminder, EIT Digital offers 7 different programs for you to choose from: autonomous systems, cloud and network infrastructures, cybersecurity, data science, embedded systems, human-computer interaction and design, and fintech. For the ones of you who didn't decide yet which program to choose from and apply for, I am pleased to inform you that my colleagues from Budapest, Hungary, are organizing an EIT Digital FinTech webinar on Thursday, 28th of February at 2:30 Central European Time. And if you are interested to join, please register using the link I will put in the chat for you. We would appreciate also if you could share this link with your colleagues or friends interested to apply for this particular program. And now, if you have any questions, we will invite now our speakers to open their cameras and mics. And if you have any questions for one of them or in general about the application process, now is the time for you to ask. We will open the floor for questions. So please raise your hand and we will give you the floor in order displayed. For the Q&A session, I want to invite also Ellen Carlson from Master School office to support in answering the questions related to application process, if some of you have some questions about that. And please remember to open the mic once you hear your name. So, who will break the ice today? I will stop sharing also my presentation.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please.
Hello, officers and professors. My name is Zhongtian Huang, and I have applied for the first round in EIT Master School and EIT Master School in Digital, right? I have some questions right now concerning of the EIT Digital Student Support. Well, it is a tab in the application portal, and there's something I couldn't figure out. There's something called deferred tuition payment plan, which means something like the student loan, right? Well, the deadline of it is March the 19th, and before that, I was asked to submit some materials or documents like credit report, proof of address, and additional documents such as the bank saving, the bank receipt showing how much money you got. Well, my question is, well, right now I'm living in mainland China, and every materials I can get is in Chinese. I don't know if that is okay. Well, that is my question right now. And there's another one. How much chance do I have to have this kind of tuition defer payment plan? And how much student will you grant for every year with this kind of tuition defer a scholarship or something? That is my two questions. Yep. And that's it.
Okay, thank you very much for the question. I can take this one. So to have the credit report in Chinese would be problematic. You will need to get a translation. It should preferably be in English. We can accept official EU languages, but it should be in English. So you would need to get a translation of this document. And as you mentioned, you will have until the 19th of March to upload this in the portal. Regarding how many payment plans there are available each year, that I cannot really answer to right now. I don't know if Salvatore would like to jump in and add any details there, but as of now, we don't really know how many there will be. But I can tell you that last year we did allocate quite a good number of these payment plans to the admitted students. So you would definitely have a chance to be accepted for the payment plan.
Yeah, I can add something more. Yes, we are working now to increase the number of deferred tuition payment system available for the students, and but right now I cannot tell you exactly how many people will get this opportunity. But believe me, we are working to increase this opportunity, to offer this opportunity to more students. Okay. But I cannot give you an exact number. And also, I will also take the opportunity to invite students here, potential students here, to visit our webpage where we put together all the scholarships available from EIT Digital and also from the partner universities or some local administrations. So you can check, because apart from the deferred tuition payment system, we have also other opportunities available. And some opportunities are really, really good, believe me. So please check if Ellen, you can share in the chat the link where we put together all those opportunities. And let me tell you that last year, 65% of our students, they got a kind of tuition fee. So this is a world of opportunity, believe me. It's really a huge world of opportunity, not only in terms of, as Cheng was underlying, not only in terms of the cultural exchange and visiting other countries and innovation, entrepreneurship, etc., but it's also a world of opportunity in terms of a scholarship available. So please check. Thank you.
Alexander, you mentioned that you would like to ask a question as well. Please open your mic and go ahead.
Well, my question is about the application language and how much chance you got. And that is the two questions I asked. I have no more questions to ask. I don't have anything to say anymore. You have answered that, and thank you.
Okay, then Avika.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. If you can speak just a bit louder.
Oh, okay. Hello. Now is it clear?
Much better.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, my name is Prerna. Actually, I don't know like what happened in the teams, but it's okay. Okay. Now, I have 4 to 5 questions. So, okay. Now I was looking for the
Take
website.
them one by one, please, just to make it clear
Yeah.
for who has to answer to your question. So
Yes.
one by one, and we will answer all of them.
Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. Okay. First question is, like I looked into your website and it says like period 2 application has started, right? So I want to ask about what like do you offer scholarships in period 2 as well as you do in period 1? Oh, okay. And okay, like how and also for the fee defer, like how can I apply for fee defer? I mean, is there any other option or it's included in the application?
Okay, thank you. I can jump in and take this question.
Yeah.
So the deferred tuition payment plan, you need to actively apply for it. So in your application, in the application portal, under tab 4, I believe, you have the student support tab. So here you can choose the option, like you need to go into edit of the payment option deferred tuition payment plan. And then here you will see some instruction and different checkbox that needs to be completed before we consider that you have actually applied for the deferred payment plan. So what was mentioned before is that you will need to upload a credit report as well as proof of address. And then it's optional if you would like to upload any additional documents, such as a bank statement, for example, if you believe that this could increase your chances to be accepted. I do not yet have, since you're applying in period 2, I don't have the deadline yet for when the documents should be uploaded, but it will be after the actual application deadline, so not before April 11th at least. So you will have some time to get these documents, and we will also inform you about the exact deadline here.
Oh, okay. So I mean, till the application is open, I can apply for the fee defer, right?
As long as you're, yeah, even after you have submitted your application, you still have the opportunity to go into this specific tab and do changes, actually, such as uploading the documents required for the deferred tuition payment plan.
Oh, okay. That's really great. Okay, and yeah, I mean, in the FAQs, I looked into it, and it says that period that period 2 is mostly aimed at EU students who do not need to apply for visa and residence permit. I mean, for like I'm as non-EU student, so like, and obviously I have to, like, after getting the offer letter, I need to apply for the visa. So I mean, so do I get time, or it's a bit unclear? So
So, as you say, it is recommended to apply in the first period. However, we do not recommend against applying in the second period. But you definitely have the chance as well. So in the period 2, we send out the letter of acceptance on the 25th of May. And then a few weeks later, you will get, if you're successful, then you would get the local letter of admission from your entry university, which is needed to apply for the visa. So you will have a span of a few months there. If possible, you could, like in general terms, the northern universities start a little bit earlier, and more southern university or central European, they start a little bit later in September. But yeah, you definitely have a chance to have everything in order with your visa before the start of the terms at the semester at the universities.
Oh, okay. Thank you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Now it's your time to ask, because if we don't have any questions, we will close the session earlier. But if you still have something wondering or unclear, please ask now. It's your opportunity.
Oh, okay. One more. On the
Please.
website, it says for the non-EOE, it's 7,500 euros, right? So, like, I mean, can I get into like installments? Can I pay this in installments or on one go?
So the tuition fee is paid per semester, and it's not possible to pay it in installments, unfortunately. So the tuition fee is paid before the start of each semester, and then it's the full amount for the semester that should be paid.
Oh, okay. And also, if I apply for the scholarship, okay, and also like I can apply for scholarship and fee defer, right? I can apply for both, right? Or only one?
You can apply for both. You can, however, not get accepted for both. Some of the local university scholarships can be combined with a deferred tuition payment plan, not the EIT Digital Scholarship, however. But you're of course welcome to apply for both, and then we will take you into consideration for all of these categories that you have applied for.
Okay, and I can apply for scholarship in the application itself, right? Okay.
Yes, it's also under this tab 4 on the top of this page. It's you check a box that says that you are interested in the EIT Digital Scholarships. And then a little bit further down on the page, it's also those different funding options, such as the deferred tuition payment plan, as well as some of the local university scholarships. You can also apply for them directly in the application portal. But as Salvatore mentioned before, on the website, there is a page where we summarize all of the scholarships that are offered from the universities as well. And I have put the link here in the chat box. So if you have a look there, then you will see exactly how you apply for the different scholarships, because there is only a few of them that you actually apply for in our application portal, so to say. Some of the others you need to go through the university procedure, but you will find information there on the website.
Okay. Thank you really very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
There is also a hand raised from Rauno.
Yes, hello everyone. My name is Rauno. I'm from Estonia, Tallinn. I wanted to ask that besides the tuition fee, that we should also cover the expenses, including I don't know, food and living, and if yes, and also traveling if we want to. Is it possible to work during the studies? If yes, then how everyday studies look like? I mean, and they're like on the morning or in the evening? Yes.
So maybe Jonas would like to answer to this, if it's possible to work at the same time as your studies.
Yes, I think because you're from an EU country, so visa-wise you can. But if you are not from an EU country, then you might have a problem. But in terms of the school work, I think it will be pretty demanding for you to keep both the studies and the work going at the same time. So I wouldn't recommend that, but of course you can.
What we usually say at the Master School office is that it's usually possible, and as Jonas said, it can depend a little bit on the visa rules in different countries. But I can tell you that a lot of the students do work a little bit on the side. It might be good to maybe try out the first semester and see how you find the workload from your studies, or at least a few months. But we do have many students that are working at the same time. So it's very individual.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any other question? Let's call for questions.
Could I please just jump in here as well and say that the Master School office will have a webinar before we close this application period. So the deadline is on the 11th of April, and on the 4th of April, we have a webinar where our admissions coordinator will guide you through the whole application. So if at this time you still have some questions about different documents that are required, or the letter of motivation, for example, then in this webinar, we will go into depth about these different documents and how you can improve your application, so to say, before submitting it. And the link for this webinar will be available in the application portal. On the top, there is a banner that you might have seen. And we have not posted a registration link yet, but in a few weeks we will. So keep an eye there, and then you can register for this webinar as well if you would have any questions about the application.
Thank you, Elin. That's a very important piece of information for the students to know that there will be a webinar designated only for helping them to fill in the application in the last week before the deadline. So thank you for sharing that. And if we don't have any other question, then I will thank you for joining us today and for the nice discussion we had. I hope we were able to answer your questions.